Hello everyone, and welcome back to WWE Universe. I'm your host, Jitch. We are trapped in Los Angeles, California for this episode of SmackDown. Please get us out.
Approaching the ring at a total combined weight of 436 pounds, Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Sexy Too Cool.
Well, here tonight, Too Cool are going to be making their tag team debut, as I believe they're set to face off against the new Age Outlaws in an attempt to try and find some new contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships here tonight. As we know, we're just 5 days removed from Capital Punishment, where unfortunately Goldust and Yoshitatsu were unable to defeat Edge and Christian for the WWE Tag Team Championships. And speaking of Edge, he will be in our main event tonight, undeniably one of the top stars we've seen both on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Tonight, he gets an absolutely huge opportunity as the #1 ranked contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. He will be facing the new World Heavyweight Champion, Kane, in a non-title match that I wish him the best of luck with. New Age Outlaws really didn't get off to the hottest of starts. We haven't seen these guys in action in about a month now. They initially started off with a small feud with the Usos in which they kind of got stood up a couple of times. But here tonight, that is all in the past. They are looking towards the future. They are looking towards a potential tag team title opportunity. This is not a contenders match. The sheer purpose of tonight's tag team matchup is to simply find some more eligible contenders for the Tag Team Championships, as at the current point in time, the SmackDown Tag Division hasn't been too focused on just lately. And of course, Edge and Christian, as well as Goldust and Tatsu, pretty much the only real teams we've seen competing in regards to the Tag Team Division. In case you're wondering why I ended up going on the Too Cool side, is literally because I didn't want to play as Road Dogg, since he was the guy on the corner. I'm not saying that one was better than the other, it's just I didn't want to play as the guy waiting ringside. I'd rather play as an active member, so I pressed the first button that I could. And that's the story behind that. Coming up after this matchup, though, we got a very interesting European title matchup. Just 5 days removed from an incredible quick defense against the big boss man, Sheamus has personally requested that he gets a one-on-one matchup with Damien Sandow after last week's match in which Sandow defeated Sheamus via countout. Sheamus says he's got some karma to dish out to Damien Sandow. He saw Sandow's performance against Drew McIntyre. He wasn't impressed with either side. He thinks they just equally sucked, and that's why they managed to have such a lengthy match with each other. But Sheamus says that he will quickly dispose of Damien Sandow tonight. Sandow agreeing to this match on the conditions that Sheamus should have to defend his title, since Sandow holds a victory over the champion, and that is what brings us to tonight's European Championship matchup, which you can expect to see following this one. We've also got, in our middle match of the night up, we're going to be seeing Nikki Bella up against AJ Lee. AJ trying to avenge recent losing streak, put it to an end tonight. But Nikki Bella is, of course, someone who's been on the rise as of late, so I'm very interested to see how that one plays out. And, of course, we've also got a big 6-man Eliminator tag team match I'll get into later on tonight. But coming out of tonight's tag team match, we could have a maximum of 3 confirmed participants for the 2011 SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. And a minimum of 1. It really depends on the outcome of that Eliminator match, which I will get into as that match is coming up. But one thing we do know for certain is 2 participants have already been decided by our new SmackDown General Manager, John Laurinaitis. He says that due to the nature of the competition between the two, neither really proved to be a contender, so they won't be fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. However, Triple H and Brock Lesnar have both been confirmed to be parts of the World Heavyweight Championship SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. So we could be as thick as 5 participants confirmed in a single night here tonight, but that is to be determined. Of course, Money in the Bank about 3 weeks away from now. There's plenty of time to find out otherwise. I say Grandmaster Sexay, we saw in a very impressive US Championship challenge against Drew McIntyre for his debut matchup. I really do think that he showed the resiliency that he possesses in that tag team matchup, no doubt about it. before we continue to see that side of Grandmaster Sexay in action. Road Dogg going outside the ring. Sexay gonna follow. Drop kick to the back, and of course that just didn't do nothing to him. You gotta love it. What? What? Billy Gunn just saving Road Dogg there from a suplex that you gotta believe had table implications. Sexay up on the corner, drop kick to the chest. Here we go. Tag made to Scotty 2 Hottie. These two really showing what they're made of. I mean, we haven't really seen a whole lot from both of these tag teams. This is a great showcase for the both of them tonight to try and show which one is the superior team in the attempt to climb the ranks and become contenders for the WWE Tag Team titles. I feel like Edge and Christian are going to be a really hard team to top. I don't know who's going to be able to be the ones to do it, but I respect both these teams for trying. Two former world champions, one admittedly a much longer reign than the other. Fortunately, Edge has only ever been world heavyweight champion for a matter of minutes before being cashed in on. That's not what I pressed at all, but okay. Tag made to Grandmaster Sexay as he is now setting Road Dogg up. What a powerbomb there over the shoulder. Referee didn't even count it. And now looking to put this one to rest as he flattens Road Dogg. Is that going to be... No! No, it is not! Be really nice for the New Age Outlaws tonight to try and pick up that much needed victory, but of course Too Cool haven't exactly had a lot of success themselves. However, they both sides I think have only really competed in singles competition thus far, so this is a really important night for these two matchup is what I meant to say. Scotty with a big drop kick to the head of Road Dogg, who is absolutely getting laid out by Too Cool right now. New Age Outlaws do not seem to be on top form. Scotty going up top, and Scotty with an elbow drop. Here's the cover. Is that going to be enough to put away Road Dogg? No. Road Dogg with a reversal as he sends Scotty over the ropes and out of the ring. Is this going to be the opening the New Age Outlaws, I would say, quite desperately at this point needed? Into the ring goes Scotty. Road Dogg with a big elbow to the head. What a shoulder takedown there. Scotty up to his feet. Road Dogg really having a moment to think. Now it seems like the best time. Tag made to Billy Gunn. The New Age Outlaws lay into Scotty 2 Hottie. Once more, Billy Gunn now back inside the ring. Father of Dolph Ziggler. That is not true. I was trying to be funny. Things seem to have really turned around against Too Cool now. And as I say that chain, no, okay. Billy Gunn still in control. Takes the arm, ties it up into a submission hold. Seems a little bit premature to be trying one of those, but I guess working the limb can never hurt. However, it definitely did in that situation, as Scotty definitely didn't seem to really take much damage there. Scotty has springboards? Scotty has springboards. I thought he would do. Scotty getting all hyped up now. Fans are on their feet. Yeah, let's do some of this. Yeah, moonwalk. He's moonwalked away there, but Billy Gunn caught him. I feel like you need to implement more of their taunts into their wrestling, to be fair. That's kind of what they're all about. Elbow drop to the back. Fans just love the drop toe hold elbow drop combo. Did you hear the eruption there? Scotty, neck breaker. Scotty dance. Oh, I was really hoping for a nice little move there. Just kind of swung his arms around. Scotty set up top, kicks Billy Gunn off. What's he gonna do? Leg drop. Scotty too hotty. Yeah, he's gonna moonwalk. Yeah, there you go. That's how you know he means business. Scotty with a side suplex. Kips up. Are we gonna see the ultimate finisher? Yes, I think we are. Here he goes. Taking his time to build up the worm. Got him. The most deadliest chop in all of wrestling. And it wins the match. I genuinely wasn't expecting that to actually win, but it did. New Age Outlaws continue their slump, but these two continue to impress. Go on, do it. Yeah. Ooh. Scotty Too Hotty and Grandmaster Sexay victorious, coming out of the opening matchup here on SmackDown. And this is the team that you got to keep an eye on. They could be in line for tag team championship opportunity in the future. Don't underestimate them. They have been very impressive in every match they've competed in thus far. But up next, the European Championship is at stake. Sheamus defending against Damien Sandow. This was personally requested by the European Champion. Hope he doesn't regret it. No. Making his way to the ring. I ain't reading that shit. Sheamus making his way down to the ring here tonight. He's got to defend that European Championship. And of course, this is the man responsible for bringing the title to SmackDown. This is a man who has said that as far as he's concerned, for as long as he's holding that championship, it is equal, if not greater, than the World Heavyweight title. He is the most important man on SmackDown, and he will continue to be the most important man on SmackDown. Credit where due, whether you love or hate Sheamus, his previous reigns, his reputation, everything about him, no matter how you feel about those things, you have to admit his performance at Capital Punishment was otherworldly. Speaking of great performances at Capital Punishment, though. He has definitely turned a lot of heads. Damien Sandow has been very impressive since debuting roughly a month ago. He may now have a loss in the win-loss column, but it is a loss that is not to be sniffed at. A great competitive United States Championship matchup between Sandow and Drew McIntyre, in which we really saw the blood and guts, the heart that this man possessed, and the distance that he's willing to go to capture a championship. There is a side to Damien Sandow that is a little more motivated than he initially lets on. And that's not to say that Damien Sandow ever really comes off as a slob or anything. But what I'm saying here is, you know, we saw last week on SmackDown, Sandow took the easy way out. He got the count-out victory over Sheamus. And obviously if he wants that European Championship tonight, that is not an option. He cannot win this match via count-out. It will not award him the title. He has to pin or submit Sheamus here tonight, and this is a loss that I really think Damien Sandow cannot afford. He is really starting to tangle with the big boys now. Very quickly, this man has elevated his career, and it all started when he debuted, and later in that exact same night, attacked the United States Champion Drew McIntyre. That is a man who is determined to make sure that everybody notices him and the effects that he can have on the SmackDown roster. Here we go, Sheamus and Damien Sandow set to face off in this one, and Sandow with a very similar strategy. I guess, of course, you know, if you studied the tapes of Capital Punishment last night, you'd know that Sheamus was very quick with that bro kick to Big Boss Man, and it wasn't long after then that he delivered a second one and won the match in less than a minute. And you know, I feel like some people could twist it the wrong way. They could look at that match and they could go, well, Big Boss Man, maybe he's just a bit of a chump. Maybe it's just a bit of a pushover. I don't see it that way. I see it as that is the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in history, Sheamus, continuing to show us why he is undoubtedly one of the greatest gifts we've seen in professional wrestling today. It goes to show that Damien Sandow and everyone else has to really take notice of the level of danger and threat that you're up against when you face Sheamus in the ring. That European title is on the line, and Damien Sandow cannot afford a loss here tonight. He's got to be very careful with how he plays this game. Right there, I think that was a risky move to let Sheamus get to his feet. Seems to have paid off thus far. Sheamus will hardly have been damaged from Capital Punishment, whereas Damien Sandow can't be 100% here tonight. Leaping elbow onto the chest to Sheamus as he... Okay, I was going to say goes for a cover, I guess not. Into the ropes goes Sheamus, and this longest reigning champion, by the way, in 2 categories, him and McIntyre still hold the record as the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions, but that is one record I think both sides prefer not to think about. Of course, Drew McIntyre, the longest reigning United States champion to this day, still holding on to that title. He'll be in 6-man tag team action later on tonight, teaming up with CM Punk and Rey Mysterio to take on the Big Boss Man, as well as Chris Jericho and Jack Swagger, with huge Money in the Bank implications. Big chop across the chest, and now we see the Celtic Warrior start to take charge of the match. And this is what Damien Sandow has to look out for. This is definitely already, I'd say, a lot more physical competition than Sheamus was able to get in on Damien Sandow last week. And you notice a style of fighting that Sheamus has taken to, really grounding and trying to just physically wear at the already previously bloodied face of Damien Sandow. I don't think it would take too much to open those wounds back up that Drew McIntyre dealt back at Capital Punishment. Damien Sandow really elevated himself to the next level at Capital Punishment, but Sheamus also showed us why he should be considered for World Championship contention before too long. You know, I find it interesting there is one space left in that Money in the Bank ladder match if all things go in a certain direction in the 6-man tag match later on tonight. And that spot could very well be claimed by Sheamus, a former Money in the Bank winner. Cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase to win his first ever World Heavyweight Championship. His only to this day, admittedly, but he holds a record with that. That is how good as a champion he was. Sheamus really just hammering away at the face of Damien Sandow. That has been a fixation of his in this match. Sheamus now, white noise, drives the knee into the back of Damien Sandow. This could be real trouble for the challenger. Damien Sandow was open to this matchup here tonight, but was this perhaps not what he had in mind? Uh-oh. Sheamus already signaling that this one's over. And Damien Sandow with the reversal. Sandow turns him over. Terminus coming out of nowhere. Is Sandow going to capture the European Championship? Drops him flat down on his back. Here's the cover. Foot in the ropes. And that's going to really affect things for Damien Sandow. Sandow setting Sheamus up on the mat here as he looks for a elbow drop from the second rope. Of course, obviously coming off that terminus as well. That was a a bold effort there by Damien Sandow, but Sheamus showing that he's still got what it takes to kick out.
Nicely avoided there.
Capital Punishment undoubtedly delivered in a major way. The SmackDown roster has never looked better than what we saw this past Sunday. But there's still room for change. We could be looking at a new champion here on SmackDown tonight. Damien Sandow with a cartwheel. I'm very proud of himself after that superplex. That's a mistake if you ask me. You do not leave that kind of an opening against Sheamus, as we see the leg sweep there. Damien Sandow, is he going to get it? Sheamus with a kick out. Sandow with a clubbing clothesline, and here comes that vicious side of Sandow that I was talking about. Another cover attempt on Sheamus. Just a 1 count there. It looked like Sandow was trying to get the hell out of there for a second, but Sheamus caught him with the belly to belly.
Here's the pin. Title on the line.
Kick out by Sandow. Sandow once again trying to create an opening here. Sheamus takes the bait. Gets dragged outside the ring. Sandow just planting a headbutt on the face of Sheamus.
And he's heading back inside the ring.
The referee obviously got to focus on the count out there. And hang on, Damien Sandow, clear. Ref not seeing what Damien Sandow just did. He just exposed that turnbuckle, and Sheamus face first into it. You gotta be kidding me. Damien Sandow. Referee hasn't even realized that turnbuckle has been exposed.
Too slow.
There's no way Sheamus is at 100% now.
Sheamus comes up with a devastating
Belly to
counter.
belly.
Look how groggy he looks. He's in desperation here.
You see the way Sheamus is favoring that head. It's no surprise. Damien Sandow using an exposed turnbuckle.
I don't know how he's going to get out of this here.
Oh, man. Damien's had the breath beaten out of him. Oh, what a swinging neck breaker.
Sandow applauding his own efforts there. He knows exactly what he did to Sheamus.
That Irish whip was delivered with tremendous aggression. And he gets back
So it looked like Sandow was maybe looking to clear the other turnbuckle, but the Sheamus got back in the ring in time.
right on the bridge of the nose.
He's in big trouble.
Fucking
He's
control
out
well.
of the ring again.
Out of the ring he goes, and Sandow now running over to the corner. Sheamus in the ring, Sandow making it clear he's clearly just trying to climb the turnbuckle. That's what it was. Sandow now working Sheamus over. Sheamus has not been 100% since the exposed turnbuckle shot by Damien Sandow. And there's another one for good measure. Referee has no idea that padding is gone. Sandow has been very careful to cover that.
He's looking at it again.
And here comes another terminus. Sheamus obviously being manhandled. The guy's been whipped head first into an exposed turnbuckle, and Damien Sandow steals the European Championship. Sheamus just got played by Damien Sandow, who is now a champion despite losing at Capital Punishment. What a way to make your debut in the WWE. Within 1 month of debuting, this man has picked up a victory over the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus and won the European title from him in the process. And you know what? He fought dirty, he fought carefully, but once again, he showed just how smart he is in this match, because he hit it all so well. It was the perfect crime, and it may have just made the perfect champion. Well, she remains an incredibly popular part of the SmackDown Women's division, but unfortunately popularity doesn't win you matches. As it currently stands, AJ Lee has not won a match since debuting here on SmackDown. Maybe that can change here tonight in this matchup. I certainly hope the best for her. Nikki Bella is someone who has really turned her career around as of late. I don't know what this is all about. Eve here at ringside for Nikki Bella in this match. He really doesn't have any business with this. Obviously, Eve defeated AJ Lee last week, but I mean, that's just kind of salt in the wound to be out here to kind of root against AJ Lee in this matchup. You'd think better of Eve than that, but I don't know, maybe these are your resident mean girls here on SmackDown, and they've decided to make life a little harder for AJ. SmackDown Women's Division, a very strong collection of women, to be honest. I don't really think anyone's much of a letdown here on this division. But that being said, you know, obviously, the truth be told, AJ Lee is someone who has struggled to find her footing. Perhaps tonight we could see her pick up a victory over Nikki Bella.
Neither individual is going to back down here. Right on the tailbone.
Still to come tonight, of course. I'm really looking forward to that one-on-one collision between Edge and the new World Heavyweight Champion Kane. We have been told that The Undertaker has decided to take some time away from the WWE following the loss to Kane. Something that came as a real shock to him and something that dug quite deep. The father of Kane, Paul Bearer, I believe you could say the stepfather of The Undertaker, has said that he's very happy for this family reunion here on SmackDown, and that he will gladly support both of his boys, much to the dismay of The Undertaker, in this situation. And he hopes that the two can see eye to eye before long and realize that simply what we saw at Capital Punishment was a much-needed family reunion for the first time in a very long time between these two. Of course, Kane and Undertaker damn near strangers to each other, but they've always kind of had a distant link. Paul Bearer says that it was actually his idea to have Kane seek out punishment on John Cena for what he did to The Undertaker, screwing him out of the WWE Championship, taking it to Monday nights. And Bearer stands by the statement that Undertaker kind of owed him one after Kane put John Cena on the injured list. So, hypothetically speaking, what better way to have paid him back than to have given him at least a shot at Big Brother's World Championship? It's not Kane or Undertaker's fault that Kane clearly proved to just be superior. Clearly a level of favoritism there amongst his actual birth son. And what a heel kick there by AJ Lee, who was really laid into Nikki Bella, and Eve providing the distraction. What is this all about? What need does Eve have to screw over AJ Lee? You beat her last week. You don't need to then kind of, let's say, rub salt in the wound. Oh no. Oh no. Nikki, no. Nikki, no. Moonsault through the table. Why are these two trying to injure AJ Lee? What did she ever do to these two? I'd love to hear the reasoning that these two have behind this agenda against AJ. She's just a newcomer looking to pick up her first victory, and despite being put through a table, she is continuing to fight. Oh, I thought it was a Shining Wizard. It's a drop kick. Never mind. Here comes a cover attempt from AJ. Nikki Bella able to kick out, and Eve maintaining that presence at ringside. There's the Bella Buster by Nikki Bella, and oh, AJ quickly getting outside the ring. But I can't wait to see the return of Triple H or Brock Lesnar whenever that comes, as they had a great match at Capital Punishment this past Sunday. What a way to kick off the show, and of course a 20-minute time limit draw. You never really found out who the better man was, but they're both in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and perhaps we'll find out there. AJ Lee says yes. She agrees. Elbow to the chest of AJ Lee, and oh, AJ able to kick out. Deck really stacked against AJ. I give credit to her for lasting this long, despite the fact that the numbers game is clearly in full effect in this matchup.
Nikki into the clinch.
AJ Lee, woo, got her there with the sliced bread. She goes in for the cover now. Is this going to be enough to... No. Again, Eve up on the apron, arguing with the referee as Nikki connects with a second Bella Buster, I believe that is. And again, AJ Lee using the ropes for leverage to pull herself outside the ring. I guess she's decided if they're going to fight dirty, she's going to have to find a way around that. And I guess, you know, she probably appreciates Damien Sandow hasn't exactly failed in his attempts to create separation by running around the ring. Smart move. AJ Lee with a clothesline as she takes Nikki Bella out of the corner. Is this going to be enough to put away Nikki? No, still a one, and there's Eve once again, sticking her head where it has no business being. Nikki Bella now bouncing off the ropes. Ooh, big bulldog. Looks like Eve has been kicked from ringside, but the damage may have already been done. Here's the cover. Nope, AJ able to kick out. Well, this is definitely a big moment in the matchup for AJ. She could absolutely still come out on top right now. Definitely the odds have been evened out. Here's the cover. One of these two, I think, could both really use this victory here tonight. Can tonight be the night that AJ Lee finally picks up a victory? I mean, I think she's going to have to try a little something more than constantly going for pinfall after pinfall. Kick to the midsection by Bella. I think we see another one of those Bella busters. We could be seeing AJ Lee out for a while. Threw her by her hair as she goes for the cover, and another kick out. These two determined to get the pinfall on each other. Power slam. And there's that thing. There's the cover by Nikki. And with a lot of help from Eve, that is a victory over AJ Lee for Nikki Bella. Things just continue to go south for AJ Lee, who is trying everything in her power to just make it here on the SmackDown Women's Division, but it seems like everyone's against her. Really outnumbered in this situation. Nikki Bella definitely didn't earn that victory, if you ask me. There's a few occasions there where I feel like if the referee wasn't distracted, we would have at least seen a 2 count, but the moment Eve got up on the apron, attention of the referee was out the window. Well, Nikki Bella, whether you want to say she deserves it or not, she did pick up the victory as we move towards our next matchup. Big 6-man tag team match, eliminations. I'm going to explain this one as they're making their entrances because it's quite a big one. No instructions. Okay, same as always. So this is a absolutely huge match for everyone involved. Basically, the stipulation in our 6-man elimination tag team matchup, the winning members of their team will qualify for Money in the Bank, long story short. So, for example, we got Jack Swagger, Big Boss Man, Chris Jericho on one side, Rey Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk on the other. If Jack Swagger lost both Big Boss Man and Chris Jericho, but managed to overcome the other 3, then Jack Swagger alone would be the confirmed new participant for the 2011 SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. However, if Jack Swagger, Chris Jericho, and Big Boss Man all win this match, then all three will, as long as no one's eliminated, and etc. So basically, it's just the last man standing qualify for Money in the Bank. That's the long story short of it. Yeah, Big Boss Man is in the absolute worst of moods coming into this matchup. I mean, think about this. His pay-per-view debut took place just 5 days ago at Capital Punishment. Something that he was like, oh, that's appropriately titled for me. I'm going to be a big man at Capital Punishment. That's something I'm always delivering. And what ended up happening? He got defeated by Sheamus in 50 rough seconds with 2 bro kicks. Sheamus, of course, no longer the European champion after losing to Damien and Sandow earlier in the night. And it's not exactly as if Big Boss Man softened Sheamus up. People now really beginning to question Big Boss Man's potential. Of course, Jack Swagger wasn't present at Capital Punishment, but there is one more member on this team who was present at Capital Punishment. And I'd definitely go as far as to say things didn't exactly work out too well for this man. Chris Jericho had a huge opportunity to silence the doubters, to prove that he is the best in the world. Fight as he may, he lost to CM Punk inside the steel cage at Capital Punishment. Punk picked up the victory. Punk says that after tonight, after this 6-man tag team match, he erases Chris Jericho from his brain. He focuses forward, and that is on becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. I gotta say, Money in the Bank is definitely one of the best odds CM Punk has of becoming a world champion at this point. There's no disrespect intended to Punk, but let's not forget that Punk's track record as of late hasn't been great. Okay, yes, since coming here to SmackDown as part of the 2011 draft, his career has really turned around. He's only suffered 1 loss so far this season. I think he's now 4 or 5 victories deep. He's definitely doing a lot better this season. But not only does he have to come out as the winning team in this match, he's got to not get eliminated in this match. Punk does hold victories over 2 out of 3 of his opponents. He's never faced Big Boss Man before. This man has faced Big Boss Man. In fact, it was this man who suffered a loss to Big Boss Man for Boss Man to get a shot at the European title. Best of luck to Ray tonight. Mysterio has always been a fan favorite, former Intercontinental Champion, former Light Heavyweight Champion, but one title he has never really had more than 1 shot at is the World Heavyweight Championship. And of course, let's not forget his World Heavyweight Championship bout with The Undertaker. He really showed that he can go with the big boys when given the opportunity. I've got to say, Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker, I think they had a great match about a month or so ago. Open challenge with every title on the line, and it was Rey Mysterio who accepted, and he really showed us the potential he possesses. And here comes Punk. Really been outdoing himself lately. The self-professed best in the world, CM Punk, elbow deep in support from these fans and anyone watching this right now, I'm sure. Very beloved part of Friday nights. CM Punk, I think, if he can qualify Money in the Bank, he would definitely be up there as a good contender. And I feel like he'd be very opportunistic with his cash-in. CM Punk seems motivated, he seems ready. This is a big opportunity for him here tonight to potentially qualify. The longest reigning, most successful defending United States champion we've ever seen. He is in fact now the record holder, well, very far in as the record holder, for the longest championship reign in the entire business. Nearing in at 300 days as United States champion. Drew McIntyre has promised to all the fans that if he can help it, he'll make it a full year as United States champion. Of course, he's going to make it until Night of Champions later on in the year, roughly around about September time. We're currently in June. So yeah, only about 3 months away. It could happen. And here we go. Rey Mysterio and Jack Swagger starting things off for their teams. I don't really know if these two have ever faced off before in this business. I can't recall a time I've seen Swagger and Mysterio face off. When I say in this business, I mean this universe. Please, for the love of God, do not reference times they wrestled in real life. I'm so tired of people correcting me on those things. I always get told off in the comments for getting facts wrong. Actually, John Cena is a 14-time WWE champion at this point, or whatever the fuck he would have been. And it's like, yeah, I know. I'm aware. That's not the point I'm making. In this universe, he's a 3-time champion. It's different. It's a very red attire for Rey. I do not remember making that attire, but apparently I did. I was scrolling through them, it said red. I thought, oh, what the fuck is that? I don't remember making a red attire. There it is. I did that. I don't remember doing it, but I did that.
These are great competitors,
Married to an elbow. Mysterio taking Swagger off of his feet. And Mysterio says, fuck this announce table. I'm sick of hearing you guys talk. And you know what? I agree. Screw them. They don't need to speak. Just let me do it. It's fine. On the oh, come on. Falls count anywhere in these, oh no, it's Epico all over again! Falls count anywhere in these elimination matches. Oh, okay, you got back up. Jack Swagger not off to the hottest start in this 6-man elimination tag team match. Already seems to be showing some hurt in the head there after Punk striked him. Of course, a disqualification can get you eliminated from this matchup. There are no countouts, so that'll help, I guess. Chris Jericho tagged in and Mysterio quick with the kick. Imagine if Rey just kind of wins this for his entire team. That's a possibility. Like, we might not even see the other guys get tagged in. He might just clean sweep the guys on his own. You never know. For anyone wondering, I can't turn off countouts. I mean, I can't turn on countouts in this kind of match. I actually don't have the ability to do that. It's grayed out. Oh, Rey Mysterio tapping out to a single leg Boston Crab. I guess he's not going to Money in the Bank. That is not an outcome I was expecting. So who's the legal man now? Is it Jack? I mean, is it CM Punk or Drew McIntyre? I guess it's CM Punk. Jack Swagger dragging him into the ring. The suplex. I gotta say, I'm shocked to see Rey Mysterio tap out so quickly, but I guess Jericho favoring the weak left knee of Rey Mysterio, something he has had surgically repaired on multiple occasions. That was a smart move on Jericho's part to quickly eliminate Rey from this matchup. And the tag made to Big Boss Man. As there goes Rey. That is a bummer. Big Boss Man now in the ring with CM Punk. Drew McIntyre and Punk really got to fight off the odds now. Thought for a minute that Chris Jericho had disappeared, as they sometimes do in these elimination matches. I'm aware I may have made a mistake to let this one play out, but I just thought I'd let it play out. I thought it would be fun. You know, I try not to rig things like the Royal Rumble and the Money in the Bank match. I try to kind of let them work out as best as they can. The only reason I handed a spot to Triple H and Brock Lesnar is because realistically I thought they both deserved it, you know? It was a draw. It made a lot of sense to just kind of put them both in there. There isn't a contender between them. And yeah, you could have another match between them on SmackDown. But that's a pay-per-view worthy feud right now, I'd say. Throwing them in the mix at Money in the Bank just makes sense. I mean, obviously you could do a triple threat, but I feel like Kane deserves better than that right now. He doesn't currently have an opponent confirmed for Money in the Bank, that being said, but you never know, maybe Edge will pull off the upset tonight. Maybe we'll even see an appearance from The Undertaker after all. Big clothesline by Drew McIntyre, and a dropkick. The United States Champion lays into a man he successfully defended against. In fact, hang on. Yeah, he's defended against everyone on the opposing team at one point or another. Chris Jericho, someone who really gave him a run for his money. Almost took that title from him in more than one occasion. That was a hell of a competitive match. That was in fact number 8 for Drew. That was the one that really proved that he had made up all of that time he wasn't defending. Northern Light suplex into a bridging cover here by McIntyre. Bossman quickly able to kick out. And there's the flatliner by McIntyre. The United States Champion going in for the pin. Is he going to be able to eliminate Bossman? No. And now Drew looking for game over. Future shot. Chris Jericho sends Punk over the ropes though. Drew's going to have to hope somehow that neither Swagger nor Jericho are able to break this one up quick. Bossman covered. Punk makes the save and Bossman's out. So it is now an even playing field. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk up against Chris Jericho and a very bloody Jack Swagger. Suddenly the odds for Punk and McIntyre become a lot more favorable. And let's not forget, that may not be the last shot Rey Mysterio ever gets too. Jericho not exactly 100% coming out of capital punishment. This could be a submission here. Yeah, he's forced to submit there. Yeah, that's the problem that you face with Quick Experience that I always forget about, is they submit to literally anything. I only said it to Quick Experience because I didn't want it to take forever. I do apologize for the quick tap outs. I have excuses for them all, don't worry. I've got plenty of excuses in the bank. I can make up anything. Off the drop of a hat, I can make up some excuse for why they tapped out so quickly. Like Rey Mysterio's surgically repaired knee, or the fact that Jericho is not 100% coming out of capital punishment. It's possible, you can do it. I don't have anything for if CM Punk quickly taps out, or Jack Swagger, or Drew McIntyre. Well, I guess Drew McIntyre, you could say he went through a grueling fight with Sandow at capital punishment. Here's the cover from CM Punk. I was going to say, no friggin' way is that going to be the end. So Jack Swagger now fights the odds here. Can Swagger qualify for Money in the Bank alone? Or will we see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, or one or the other, make it to Money in the Bank? I mean, it doesn't really matter to McIntyre or Punk to help the other, but in the same sense it does. You know, you don't necessarily care if they make it in or not, but at the same time, it does lower your odds to lose your tag team partner. Swagger lifting Punk up and drops him down there. Don't forget, Swagger, a 3-time world champion, 2-time world heavyweight champion, and former ECW champion. Not exactly someone to be sniffed at. I know he hasn't gotten off to the best start here on SmackDown, but right now we're starting to see the mean streak that carried this man through a successful world championship run on more than one occasion. Gut wrench, powerbomb. Jack Swagger going into the cover here on CM Punk. Punk able to kick out. Wow, okay, was not expecting that. But Punk had a moment of brain freeze there. It's very cold in this building. Any excuse I can come out with. German suplex into a bridging cover. Swagger kicks out. Wow. CM Punk, very careful there. He realizes the damage that's been done. Tags in the big man, Drew McIntyre. Can Punk and McIntyre secure a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match? Or will one of these two be eliminated? Will both of these two be eliminated? It's still possible for Swagger to bounce back. He's done some impressive stuff in the past. Can have the arm strike to the midsection there. Big clothesline by Drew McIntyre, the United States Champion. In control. Takes him to the center of the ring. Is that going to be enough? That was a pretty vicious clothesline. Just a one. I feel like if we see one flatliner or future shock, we can also see the end of this match. Drew McIntyre very much in control of the bloodied Jack Swagger. This is a tough loss for Ray if the other two win, though. I mean, really, that would suck for Ray. Submission hold applied. These do seem to be awfully effective right now. Punk not even thinking about helping Drew McIntyre. There's Drew McIntyre taps out. He is not headed to Money in the Bank, so we are only getting one participant. Will it be Punk or Swagger? Could Punk's win streak come to an end? Jack Swagger lifting him up. And there's the sit-out powerbomb thingy. I think Jack Swagger has done it. Here's the cover. No. And now Punk fights. Oh! Out of nowhere. CM Punk. Go to sleep. Cover on Jack Swagger. And CM Punk alone qualifies for Money in the Bank. So the playing field is currently half set. CM Punk, Triple H, and Brock Lesnar competing in the 2011 SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. And the win streak of Punk seems to be building. Tough loss for, I mean, and the win-loss column, you know, it's a win for Ray and Drew, but unfortunately they do not qualify as they were both eliminated. So it is just CM Punk who is now bound for Money in the Bank. And you got to think that has to have earned Jack Swagger a US title shot. I mean, he literally tapped out the United States champion. I think next week Swagger should 100% get a title shot, but I don't call the shots, so I guess we'll see what happens. As Edge takes on Kane next. Why do we pay these people? He may be one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. He may be a former World Heavyweight Champion. But I've got to be completely honest with you guys. I do not like Edge's chances tonight. He has stepped in to one hell of a potential fight. And I hope Edge realizes what he has signed up for. I really do. Kane is a man he has definitely crossed in the past during their time on Raw, but this is a new Kane. Kane's been unleashed. I mean, he took out his own brother to win the World Heavyweight title. There he is. Looks like the father of Paul Bearer has been invited. I mean, sorry, the father of Kane, Paul Bearer, has been invited to ringside. Now there he is. The stepfather of the Undertaker. Of course, Undertaker and Kane sharing the same mother. That's how they're related, but Undertaker not too fond of Paul Bearer. World Heavyweight Champion. The top man here on Friday nights. And he took out his own brother to capture that championship.
Do you see who's coming out? I don't like the looks of this.
Okay. I don't really have a comment on that. That was not anything I expected. Chris Jericho, everyone. Guess he wanted to even the odds with Paul Bearer at ringside. You know, him and Edge don't seem to have the bad blood between them anymore. Look at Kane go.
What? Wait a minute. Where's the champ?
No! Stop it! No! 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 Not having Kane walk out, no!
Look at the presence of mind of Kane to reverse
You know what? I don't even want this match.
Kane has the headlock.
Oh, big elbow. That should do it. Oh, that might be it right there.
Chris Jericho may have lost the Money in the Bank qualifier, but I guess he's decided he wants to try and inject himself into the World Heavyweight Championship picture, as he has decided to be at ringside for Edge in this one. Not exactly helping there, Chris. Oh, stupid targeting. That would have been so satisfying.
Edge is on the attack.
And he dodges that one.
Oh, jeez.
So he's definitely not proven to be Edge's night right now. Chris Jericho trying to make this all about him. He's got to be really struggling for relevance right now. Since coming back to the WWE, he's only won one match, a tag team match with CM Punk, and since then, he has just been on the losing end of everything. Clearly he thinks he belongs in a bigger picture, hence this kind of a distraction and interference. And there's the father of Kane, Paul Bearer, up on the ringside there. Very interesting little inclusion in this situation. The reason behind the way that Kane has been as of late over on Monday nights before coming here, as it turns out. It was a very big trade negotiated to bring Kane over here, we found out, as The Rock was sent over to Monday nights, where he is now the new Intercontinental Champion. A huge congratulations to the former SmackDown superstar. I think he really made a name for himself on night one over on Raw, the first time he'd ever been over there, defeating The Miz, a man who has haunted him for such a long time in a big what-if situation. It goes to show that The Rock could have one day been WWE Champion if he had ever gotten that fair shot against The Miz. Jericho trying everything he can to make people just pay attention to him. I don't know what this is all about. It looks like he's had enough. He said, alright, fine, you guys don't want to look at me, that's fine. Leg sweep. Good to see him leave. Thought he never would. And now sending Edge into the ropes, pulls him back. Edge! A jawbreaker. I've got to say, Edge has definitely held his own a little longer than I thought he would have. That's no disrespect intended to Edge, but I had a feeling Kane was just kind of in seek and destroy mode tonight, and I didn't exactly expect much else. But I guess the thing is, Edge doesn't want to lose this matchup here tonight. This is a big opportunity for the Rated R superstar to get himself in contention for the World Heavyweight Championship. If he can beat Kane tonight, he could be competing for that title at Money in the Bank. Of course, there's still plenty of spots open in the Money in the Bank ladder match if you lose. Kane with a big superplex as he goes for the cover here on Edge, and Edge with the kick out. Submission hold applied. I don't think you're going to be making Kane tap out anytime soon. Paul Bearer doesn't even seem nervous about the idea of that. Okay, and now the big sidewalk slam. And here's the cover on Edge once again. That's a kick out. Uh-oh. Edge choke slammed. What a devastating impact from that choke slam on Edge, and Edge kicks out.
Edge being dismantled.
Give Edge a lot of credit, you know. He's always been one of the best, and obviously him in this position right now, it's natural, you know. He's ranked #1 in the World Heavyweight Championship contention rankings, and you can kind of see why. The guy is holding his own against Kane to a degree. I mean, he's not exactly beating up Kane by any means, but he's managing to last a while in there. Maybe he can outlast him. Maybe eventually Kane will get tired of hurting him. Sends Edge into the ropes. Edge coming off of them. What a slam. And here's the cover once again. No. God, you gotta feel for Edge. Is this really worth it? Do you really want to prove yourself that much? Can't you see it's not gonna happen? Kane now measuring. What's he looking to do here? I mean, obviously signaling for the choke slam, but yeah, I was gonna say there's one move that worked at Capital Punishment, and it looks like he's realized that's gonna work again here tonight. Tombstone, shades of his brother, The Undertaker, and he gets the job done. I gotta say, with that victory, I feel Kane has helped cement himself. Wait, whoa, what the? Sheamus! Whoa, what are you doing? Sheamus! No! Oh my god! Are you mad? Sheamus has just laid out Kane! What?